Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm James and you're watching Blue Dog Aquatics. Now, I apologize we didn't put out a video yesterday, and that was because of Christmas. So, happy late Merry Christmas to everybody. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you had a great time with your friends and family. And yeah, just wanted to do a video for you today. Now, today we're talking about not any of these fish, but we're actually talking about the plants. We get so many, and don't mind my fingers, I was working on the big paludarium, and as I was spraying the tubes, I was like, I probably should have wore gloves. But we digress. Also, with that being said, thank you to all the new subscribers. You guys are amazing. You guys are what makes this channel possible. If you are watching this video for the first time or tuning into our channel for the first time, we bring you new content each and every Monday or Tuesday, and then we talk about fish, reptiles, shrimp, arachnids, and everything in between. So thank you so much for tuning in, and if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. So back to what I was talking about with my dark fingers. I'm talking about plants. So we get questions so many times about plants and what plants are best suited for your tank. Now, it really depends on what type of tank you're going for, what type of look you're going for, but I will tell you a few plants that grow buck wild and don't stop no matter how much you prune them. Starting with number 5 being Jungle Val. Jungle Val, this stuff grows like a weed. As you can see, what it does is it branches off and it just keeps moving around the tank. We actually started with this stuff in just one tank, and now we have it in almost every single tank. Now the problem with this, it's a very beautiful plant, and as you can see, it makes it look very natural, but however, the issue with this is all of this. It grows so long that it starts overlaying and sitting on the top. Yes, we have duckweed, I know. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool effect. However, it disrupts the flow coming from the filter, and it can hinder your fish if you do have bigger fish. So, but if you want a plant that just goes crazy and doesn't stop, well, Jungle Val is your plant. Number 4 is Frogbit. As you can see, Frogbit, what it does, and I can actually show you the leaves. Frogbit, everybody gets Frogbit and water lettuce confused. Water lettuce is gonna have a lot bigger leaves on them, a lot bigger petals, but as you can see, Frogbit grows down. It chains down, which is really cool if you have a breeding tank, but this stuff, just like Jungle Val, grows everywhere, grows across the tank, does not disrupt, but the only issue with this is that it blocks out all the light on the top of the tank. And I'll give you a key example. Down here, this tank is so dark because of what's on top. And that leads us into number 3, which is actual water lettuce. You can see how much bigger these plant leaves are. And water lettuce, I mean, it's beautiful if you have ponds or something with a lot of water volume, but as you can see, I mean, this all started from one little clump. This stuff grows so strong, and you can see, I mean, it does just like the Frogbit. It grows down. It's really beautiful if you have a breeding setup. However, it clogs so much of the light, so it seems so dark down here in the bottom of the tank. So if you want that look, then absolutely it's your guy. But that doesn't stop. We don't digress. And can you guess what the next plant is? Now, the next plant is number 2. And that is actually the Elodea. So the Elodea is actually the green plant that you see in here. Elodea is a very filling plant. It does really well. It's very hardy. It grows super tall, and the cool thing about Elodea is that you can actually trim it and then replant it to make it more full across the bottom or across the background, depending on how you want it set up. But as you can see, if you don't trim it back, it has a mind of its own. Obviously, we have some top dwellers over here as well, and so it's kind of intermingling with one with the other. So now some honorable mentions and of tank dwellers that just overrun, and that is the let's see if I can, the dwarf Sagittaria, which is this small narrow plant. This stuff does really grow. It doesn't have the height that Jungle Val does, however it is still a grass looking effect. However, you can't replant it. It does fill in very nice, as you can see right there in the back, but it just kind of has a mind of its own. You can see it popping up in new parts of the tank where we didn't even plant it. Another honorable mention for something that grows in so thick and so full and without question is guppy grass. Guppy grass is insane. It grows everywhere, does not stop, and you constantly have to cut it back. This stuff grows and just, I tell people, if you want guppy grass, yes, it's great for breeding tanks. As you can see, we have guppy pairs in here, and so all their fry can hide in there. But it also takes over the tank. So I tell people, if you're going to use guppy grass, put it down underneath a rock and then keep it trimmed back so that it doesn't take over like this. And this is actually, we've actually cut this back quite a bit. This whole tank was actually covered. You couldn't even see any part of the bottom or out the sides. So this is with it being trimmed. But last but not least is the number one. It's the culprit that takes over every tank, and we've actually been doing a really good job. And let's see if I can even find any, because our girl Heather has been trying to eradicate it because it takes over everywhere. So I'm gonna have to look for a, oh, there it is. And that, can anybody guess what this is? Leave us a comment down below, because yeah, this is none other than duckweed. Duckweed is a plague of tanks. Now, if you have predator fish or turtles, they're gonna eat this, and so you're gonna have a clean tank and you're not gonna notice it. And this stuff, it doesn't take much. It literally could be a one little leaf. That's it. That's all it takes. And it can be transferred by a net, it could be transferred by a plant, it can be transferred by a fish, and it will take over your tank. This stuff, I wish I had a tank that wasn't clean right now, because we've come in and this stuff will just keep packing in, and it'll be like that thick. It's unreal. It really is. So guys, that is our top 5 overtaking plants. Well, that's not even really a good title. Top 5 plants that will overtake your tank. And I know that 3 of them were top dwelling plants, but I don't think that people are as informed about these plants, and so I want people to become more knowledgeable with them. See, look, we have more frog bed up here, and as you can see in between it, there's duckweed. It is just insane. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. We will give you a new video next Monday. Hopefully it will be on the big paludarium, and I can give you guys a sneak preview of where it is right now. You can see these are the pillars that I was painting, but just a sneak preview of how this is coming along. For those of you that don't know, this is going to be for our mangrove monitor, and if you want to see how all this was built, and it's not even done yet. We're actually painting the waterfall right now, but we still have to build the landmass out here and then start incorporating all the different plants. So if that interests you, please stick around. as always, guys, the big question, your tank or mine?